So I'm working on my 83 Mustang convertible, and I have what's common to all Fox bodies is you can hear it, the door is sagging. This is pretty common with the Fox bodies, is the door pin starts to sag. So on my car, I've already replaced the door pin, so this is going to be a lot easier. But if you've never replaced the door pins before, the first time is very, very much a pain. You literally, they don't have these simple release pins, and you have to cut them out. So I use a Dremel with the smallest metal cutter blade, and I just went in at an angle there and cut this, and then put a screwdriver in and pried them out. It is a real pain to do. So I'm just going to put different pins in. So these are just what they call replacement pins. I went to LMR and I'm buying the extreme worn door pins, which are a little bit thicker, and I'm going to replace the hinges on this door. And like I said, you can hear it. You can hear it moving, and it moves just enough. And if you look at the door, it's not lining up at all. It's way off on it. So the reason you don't want to wait too long to repair this is it will start doing damage to the top weld, and it may be too late for this car. In fact, let me see. Now, it doesn't seem to be moving, but it's not uncommon for these welds to get bad on this car. And there does look to be a little bit of a fraction there, so I still may have to get someone to repair it. Don't know. It's a common problem, but if you don't, it puts too much pressure on this upper bracket, and it'll start to actually bend. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. I'll show it. It's not hard once you cut the pin out. I'm not going to show cutting the pin out. It is a very grueling and a very big pain in the butt. It's worth the money to buy a Dremel with the smallest metal cutter. Like I said, just you want to go in at an angle there, and you'll go in at an angle like down. You'll cut it. You'll put a screwdriver in there, and you'll wedge them out, and then knock the pieces out. You usually want help with two people. What I've learned how to do it myself. I've done this enough where what I do is I'm going to hook the door and hang it from from the ladder there, and it's bolted into the ceiling, and just use jack stands to support it to keep the door up. And you'll need some towels, of course, to do this. The other thing you want to do is make sure you tape right along the joint, because when you're moving the door in and out, it's going to end up banging against this, and if you're not careful, you'll do damage to the paint. So use a very thick paint, not like a painter's paint. I actually use like a Scotch tape, and I know it can sometimes ruining your paint a little bit, but you have to use something thick, because you're going to, when you try to line the door back up, you're going to fight it, and you'll end up banging it several times. So these are the super worn door pins, and I don't know why I just got 3. I should have got 4 there. There it is. I'm only going to do the driver's side. These are just thicker pins to deal with a real worn door. Again, I'm going to replace them. Film as I'm going. The model number from LMR is LRSBP7R. And again, these are called super worn door pins. So what I did is I went ahead and separated the door, and you can see these, I don't know what they're even called technically. So I'm going to punch these out real quick, and they're barely in fact. And once I get those out, I'll put the next ones in. But as you can see, supporting it with 2 jack stands here on each end, and this, I'm able to move the door by myself and get in here. Because the old ones are out, and I'm going to put the new ones in. And these should be oversized, and they're probably going to go in a lot harder. Yeah, these are going to go in a lot harder, and for that you definitely need a punch. Just finished up on putting the door hinges on, and ended up finding the bushings for the door. So this is how many I went through trying to get the door back on. So the problem was the bushings that came with the extreme worn door. If you just installed them, they were too tight for the pin to get through. So if you see a lot of these, the pin won't go through, and the problem is you can't just drive them back through. If you make them too tight, when you push them back through, they'll separate or they'll break. So I ended up fighting this. I had to go buy 2 more kits from AutoZone just to get them installed, and the problem was the original small ones that come with a standard door hinge were too small. The door would flop around, but the ones that came with the extreme worn door were too big. So I literally went through kits and I installed all of these. Look at all those. That's how many I went through before I got a good set of installed, and I broke a ton of them. The trick was, what I figured out was, what you want to do is put one of these bushings actually onto the pin, put that in the door, and you drive that in. After that, you flipped it, or once it was driven in, you pulled this out a few times to get the spacing right, and then installed it that way. Then I was able to get it to work. But until I did that, I could not get any of these bushings to work, and that is ended up taking what should have been an hour or 2 job max, ended up taking about 3.5, 4 hours. And I probably spent $40 in parts kits when I only need to spend 20. But anyways, it's done now. The door really isn't much better, but at least now the door doesn't flop anymore when you do it. Door doesn't flop anymore. So that way, when I get the door aligned, that I know it's not the bushings or the door pins that are causing the problems. You don't want to get your doors aligned and try to shim your doors out until you've validated that. So anyways, learn from me. Use the pin, drive it down in there with the bushing, so that way it won't shrink too small to get the pin back in. But it's done, and ended up being a big adventure.